Okay, guys, now let's talk about types of inheritance into C++. There are 5 different types of inheritance, but right now I'm going to discuss only 4. I will be discussing the 5th type in the coming videos. First one is single inheritance. What is single inheritance? Single inheritance is when a class is allowed to inherit from only one class, i.e., one child class is inherited from one parent class only. Let me depict it. Okay, let me remove this all. Okay, and well, so I will be creating a class like parent. Okay, and here I will going to create a class child class, and I will be inheriting from the parent class. Okay, now as you can see that we have only one child class and it is inheriting from only one parent. This is called single inheritance, when we have one child and it is inheriting only from one parent class. Okay, this is called single inheritance. So what is multiple inheritance? Multiple inheritance is when a class can inherit from more than one class, i.e., one child class can inherit from more than one parent class. How does this happen? Let's check it out. I'm going to have another parent. Let me call this a father. Okay, and let me create a mother class over here as well. And now I'm going to get that over here as well. Public mother. Let me remove this. Okay, now you can see that we have one child and it is inheriting from the 2 different classes, or you can say there can be another class that can be caretaker. Okay, and you can have that class of caretaker as well over here. So we have one child and it is inheriting from different classes like caretaker, mother and father. So this type of inheritance in which we inherit different properties from the different parent classes into one single child, that is called multiple inheritance. Okay, now let's talk about another inheritance level, which is multi-level inheritance. In this type of inheritance, a child class is created from another child class. What does this mean? Let's check it out with the help of an example. So if I remove this whole code and create another class over here, that is parent. Okay, and now this is like child class and it is inheriting from parent class. Okay, now we create another class which is actually next child, and it is inheriting from the child class. This type of inheritance is called multi-level inheritance. And in multi-level inheritance, we will be having access to all the public and protected member of parent, child into our next child. I will be explaining this with the help of example into coming videos, where I will be creating a separate videos for the single inheritance, multiple inheritance, and multi-level inheritance, and radical inheritance. For the time being, just grab the concept. I will be explaining with the help of example in the coming videos. After multi-level inheritance, there is a hierarchical inheritance. What is this? Actually, this is when more than one child class inherited from single parent class, i.e., more than one child class is created from a single parent class. How this is happening? Like, suppose here you can see that this is multi-level inheritance. What if I create another child from the parent? This is called hierarchical inheritance, where I am creating multiple childs from the single parent class. Okay, I can create another child, next child, and this can be inherited from the parent as well. Okay, this type of inheritance is called hierarchical inheritance. We can create multiple child from the child class as well. Like, I'm going to create another class n2 child and it is inheriting from the child class. Okay, and I can create another class n3 child, and this might be inheriting from child class as well. So this type of inheritance where we create multiple child from the single parent is called hierarchical inheritance. Okay, so these were 4 different types. I will be explaining these with the help of example, but for this crash course I'm not going to explain this with the help of example. Do just try to grab the concept. If you have understood the private, public and protected access specifier and mode of inheritance, then you should be able to understand this concept as well. If you have any curious question, you can ask into comment box as well. Now let's talk about what does it mean by less specific and more specific. All the parent classes are called less specific. Like, there is a class person and child classes can be student, teacher and businessman. Then person is less specific or generalized class, because it is giving us a general idea about a concept, about an actor, or some utility. All those classes which are more specific about a particular concept, like businessman class is also a person, but it is more precise about the business. Student is more precise about the student, and teacher is more precise about the teacher. So this type of the classes which provide more detail or more specific to a particular concept, all these classes are called more specific classes or specialized classes. Okay, and less specific classes are called generalized classes. Okay, I hope you got the idea. Okay, now let's talk about is a relationship. There is a, I'm going to explain with the help of an example that there is a parent class which is person, and there is a parent class which is shape. There are child classes like student, teacher, and doctor, and for the shape there are child classes like line, circle, and triangle. So what is a relation or is a kind of relation? Because every time, this is very important to understand. If you got the idea, you will be able to exactly create the parent and child classes. That every time you create a class about as a parent, it should be related to a particular concept. Like over here you can see that I have created a person class, but it is related to student, it is also related to teacher, and it is also related to doctor. When I have created this shape class, it is also related to line, circle, and triangle. And student itself is a person, and teacher is also a person, and doctor is also a person. At the same time, line is a shape, circle is also a shape, and triangle is also shape. This kind of a relationship between the child and parent is called is a or is a kind of relationship. Now, from this relationship, what you have understood that parent class should be a general class or more less specific class about the child class. What does it mean? It means that you cannot associate line to the person. This line or this circle class does not relate to this parent class, or it does not related to this person concept. Person does not have any kind of circle class. So whenever you will be creating the parent child classes, you should consider the relationship. That relationship should be is a or is a kind of relationship between the classes. If there is no is a kind of relationship, then there will be no inheritance. Like you cannot have the properties of circle inside the person, because person is more related to a student, teacher, and doctor. It is a generalized form of all these classes, and the circle is not part of this concept. So in order to have a very good inheritance inside programming, you must understand is a relationship, and you must follow the principle of is a relationship as well. I hope you have understood this. Next, here I have also explained each drive class is a kind of its base class. As you can see that there are common properties of name, age, gender between the student, teacher, and dog, but at the same time they have their own properties like program. Student has program, study year, teacher have designation, salary, and doctor has designation as salary as well. But designation and salary is not common for the student, so we have created a separate class person which shares the common properties among all these child classes, and then we have inherited child classes from this person class. Okay, so how it is showing the is a relationship that student is also a person, teacher is also a person, and doctor is also a person. Okay, so that's it for this crash course for the time being. I hope that you have understood something while I have unleashed the concepts of inheritance. If you find any query or question related to this crash course, feel free to ask in the comment box. So see you guys in the next video or in next course. Till that time, take care. Bye bye.